Hey there YouTube, California Prepper here. This is going to be my third video response to Big Dog Beavs gun giveaway. Did a couple VRs, wasn't satisfied with them, thought I missed some pretty big points, so scrapped them and figured I'd start over again. So, the question that Big Dog Beef would like us to answer in our video response is a very simple one, and I thought it was simple anyways. Now, the question he asked us, he wants us to be completely honest. He doesn't, want no bullshit answer, and I think that's what's really made it hard for me to do this video response is because at first, I'd like to say, hell yeah, I'd be able to make it, but when you really think about it, I mean, it might be a little difficult. So, before I keep rambling on, let me tell you guys the question. The question Big Dog Beef would like us to answer in this video response is, do you honestly believe you could and would survive a zombie apocalypse? Now, like I said, of course I'd like to say hell yeah I'd survive. But the truth be told, I really don't know. Especially until I'm in and under those special set of circumstances. I mean, there are too many variables to factor into the equation to really ever know, anything. If you're going to survive anything unless you yourself are actually being faced with such circumstances. And, because when you're faced with stuff like that, you're willing to do whatever it takes and go the extra mile to save your ass. Unless you're being faced with it, you're not, you'll never know how you're going to, act in those situations unless you're faced with it. That's why people say train as if you're training for real life, because you want your body to, not panic. You don't want to freak out when shit really starts hitting the fan, because 9 times out of 10 people that are think that they're prepared, when shit hits the fan they stand there and freeze and have no idea what to do. So right off the bat your chances go down to 60-40. Now I say 60-40 because there's always going to be more ways to fail than there are going to be to succeed. That's just life. That's how everything is. Everything is set up for with more ways to fail than there are to succeed. Plus, throw in Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will go wrong, and you're pretty screwed. So, right there, that's going to lower your chances of success and survival a lot. So you're really going to have to be careful on what you do and try not to take any chances and avoid danger and chances and obstacles as much as possible, so you don't endanger hurting yourself or your family. I mean, you sprain an ankle in a situation like that and it's over. You can't run, you can't protect your family, you can't build shelter adequately, you can't work adequately. So it's gonna really make the situation even worse. So you really have to be careful with stuff like that. Now second, let's break it down a little bit. If I were to survive a zombie apocalypse, it's not like I just wake up one day and there'd be zombies walking around. I'd first have to survive the initial outbreak of whatever virus or pandemic is going around at the time. Now, it all really depends on the outbreak, if you think about it. I mean, is it airborne? Is it transmitted through physical human contact, bodily fluid transfer? Is it blood and saliva, scratches, bites, stuff like that? Is it kissing your wife? A lot of these diseases or viruses have zero signs or symptoms. So you could be kissing your wife one night, the next night she's throwing up sick, and then you realize, oh crap, I think I have it too. So if it's something like that, I think it could really be a lot harder to fight. I myself have said it many, many times. I think if a zombie apocalypse ever did come about, it would be, like what happened in the movie I Am Legend. We thought we cured cancer, we took the measles virus and we genetically altered it, and 3 years later, you've seen what happened. So that is the most likely way a zombie apocalypse would come about, I think. But, I mean, others may have their opinions, but that's what I think. So, don't hate me for that. So, we would have to figure out, is this a bacterial or a viral infection? Is it airborne, foodborne, or transmitted through physical contact with an infected host? Some infected by the virus may not even have symptoms at all, which is the scary part, and some may not even be able to contract the virus, because I guess every virus out there, there are a number of immune people. They're just very few and far between. So, you know, you're not going to find very many immune people in one area. Um, Now, one of the hardest things to predict with the pandemic or an epidemic or any sort of virus like that is whether it can jump species to species from, you know, different animal species maybe, from birds to your pets, and then to the humans as well, like they were worried about with the avian flu. And, you know, all these viruses are becoming more and more immune and resistant to these antibiotics. So this, you know, is something that could actually really happen if people don't stop fucking around with genetics and playing God and tinkering around with stuff we ought not be tinkering around with. So, you know, I really do think that something like, you know, the movie I Am Legend is very plausible in my book. I mean, I see that just as real as I see a nuclear war tomorrow. You know, I really do. Now, if you can make it past the initial outbreak and survive that and just stick to yourself, completely isolate yourself from any infection, and you know, just really stay on your toes, because you can't touch anything, you can't drink anything, you can't eat anything. You have to be, you know, become a boy in a bubble pretty much to avoid all infection and keep your family you know, that clean and safe as well. I don't know if NBC filters will work for something like that or not. Like I said, until you're in a circumstance like that, you're never really going to know. You know, who knows what it's going to be that happens to change it. Who knows? So, all those circumstances thrown into it, do I think that I would really survive? I don't. I can't say that I wouldn't be one of the first ones in the hospital with my kids sick. I have two little ones. I have a 3.5-year-old and a 5-year-old. And, you know, the first time one of them got sick and was really getting sick, I'd be in the hospital. And, I mean, my chances of contracting it from having to take my kids to the emergency room alone would just skyrocket. So I myself, I don't think I would survive, because I would sacrifice myself to keep my kids safe and to try and get them help. So I really don't know if now if we could survive the initial outbreak, your chances are going to go up greatly. And if I could survive the initial outbreak with my family and keep us all from being infected, then maybe we have a chance. But if you can't survive the initial outbreak, I mean, 90% of the population is either going to be dead or walking around chewing on each other. So that's going to be a lot of us that think that we're going to survive down the shitter. So that's the truth right there. So I really put a lot of thought into this, man. I really did. I was going back and forth on this, and I wasn't sure what I was going to say until I said it. So hopefully you guys liked the video response. I want to give a couple shout outs to a couple really cool channels. KTK605, man, I loved your unboxing this morning. It was hilarious. Loved your goat story. Hope you keep doing them. Ricky Bobby 1099, haven't seen you in a while, brother. Hope you throw some videos up soon. And Aaron D Dawg's channel. This guy, I love his channel, and I just want to help him get some subs so bad, because he has such a great channel and he supports everybody else so well. So make sure to check out these three guys. I'll leave the links in the bottom. And hopefully you guys liked my zombie ramble. So that's going to do it for now, guys. California Prepper, out.